Hey, what's going on, guys? It is Modix back here with a brand new video, and in today's video I'm going to be going over the best beginner's guide for the cycle for some of your kits, your loadout, all of that sort of stuff, so that you guys are able to decide what to use and able to go and get those first place wins, even if you have not had very much experience in playing. If you do enjoy this or it helps you even in the slightest, be sure to leave a like and comment down below. I'm going to be replying to every single comment, so be sure to go say something and I will be sure to get back to you. Now, without any further ado, let's just hop right into this video. We're going to start out with our loadout. Now, I'm going to go over everything here, but this is going to be the basic loadout that you are going to be using. There are some modifications you can make depending on your playstyle, so be sure to keep on watching so that you can see the exact mods I have on everything and all of that different information. So to start, right here we're going to be using the Boxer Warsuit. Now, feel free to pause the video at any time if you want to try and get these mods and figure out exactly how to get to this kit. So the Boxer Warsuit right here is going to be what we are using. You're going to want heal on kills, low HP defense, and then Pistol Master with no kit core. Now, heal on kills, every time you get a kill you're going to have your health regeneration cooldown increased, which is really good. Low HP defense, whenever you are at a low HP, you just become insanely fast. So this kit is kind of on the slow side, but the reason that I am picking it is because of how much health and shield it does have. You're able to tank a lot more shots, which is a lot different than if you were using a suit such as the Quick Suit, which has a very, very low amount of health compared to this Boxer Warsuit. And then Pistol Master, you're going to be more effective with your pistols, which is always great. So that's going to be your kit right there. And then the pistol that you're going to be using is this hammer. This hammer is a very good gun. It's a semi-automatic kind of revolver type gun. Got this really cool skin on it. And these mods right here, feel free to pause, figure out the mods. You got hollow point rounds, eternal damper, and then this improved hollow sight. This gun, you basically just need to be hitting your shots, trying to get headshots. It's a great PvP weapon if you end up fighting early game, and also it can do some damage to mobs, especially if you're hitting those headshots. It can be very, very effective. Now, the most important part is going to be these guns. I'm going to explain why we chose every single one of these. All of these are going to be great to use as a beginner, and some of these guns are also kind of the meta right now that all of the pro players are using. It's definitely a good idea to be following along with this. First off, the Lacerator. This gun is a very good semi-automatic rifle. Definitely worth picking up, especially with the meta right now. In Season 2, this gun is doing a ton of damage, and as long as you can hit some basic shots, you will be absolutely fine with it. So, we're going to be running the Light Stock, Quicksilver Coating, and then Rapid Slicer on this weapon. The main mod here is going to be this Rapid Slicer, which increases the rate of fire, so you're able to fire it off pretty quickly so that you're able to get more rounds off per minute and just overall do some more damage. This Quicksilver Coating is also going to do a lot more damage to prospectors. Even though it does decrease your magazine size by 2, it's definitely worth it just because of how much damage you're actually able to do to other enemy players with this weapon. Definitely a more PvP central gun, but still a very, very good option to pick up. Now, for the other 200 credit weapon, we have 2 right here because it really just depends on how you want to play and also how that certain match is going. If you're in some early game PvP and it's long range, you're going to want to pick up the Lacerator. If it's closer, you're going to be picking up this S76 PDW Mark II. Now, this PDW Mark II is the gun that I have been running with. Absolutely great gun right here. I mean, some of the mods that I have on this thing are just doing so much damage to enemy players. First off, this extended magazine, it increases the reload speed by about half of a second, but it gives you 6 extra bullets, which can be the matter of a kill or someone getting away, so definitely worth picking up. As well as high caliber chamber. Now, this one I personally like a lot because the gun shoots a little bit slower, but it does more damage. Now, one of the good things about this mod right here, it makes the recoil way more easy to control, which is kind of one of the things that's good for beginner players, especially in this game, is just figuring out the recoil patterns for these guns. The recoil is not very difficult to control for most guns, but having just less recoil always is a good thing, so that you're able to just hit more shots as you're trying to fight different enemies. This gun is overall great for PvP and PvE. This is personally my recommendation for any new players. Pick up this gun with these mods on it. It's very easy to learn and very, very good. Now, into the 500 and 800 credit weapons. These weapons are going to be a little more advanced here just because you're obviously going to be getting into the higher credit tiers for them. Personally, if I were you, a little extra tip to throw in here: if you are a new player, I would work on getting your first weapon, maybe your second one, getting your 200 credit weapons first, and then your abilities, and upgrading them in the shop. So if you click G whenever you go into your shop, instead of buying a new weapon, you can just click the one that you were using and upgrade it for about 100 credits if it is a 200 credit weapon. I would go for that instead of trying to save up for the 500 credits, but sometimes you end up with 500 credits, and this is what you're going to want to buy: the C32 Bolt Action Mark II. This gun does absolutely insane damage. It's a sniper rifle, but you can also use it as like a shotgun if you really want to. Insanely good to be using. So one of the first mods we're going to be using in our magazine is going to be the hollow point rounds. Just increases overall damage. Another important mod is this rapid cartridge feeder. Increases that rate of fire, make you get a lot of rounds off per minute. And then we add this little hollow sight here. Your time to ADS is down a little bit, and it gives you a little bit better of a sight for those farther range encounters, which is personally my favorite. Some of these other scopes just zoom in way too much for me, and I'm not able to actually hit my shots, especially if I'm in a close range encounter where I'm using it almost like a shotgun. And it's definitely just worth to be using that holographic sight right here. This gun, like I said, can be used like a sniper or a shotgun, but definitely go for your 200 credit weapons first if you are a new player. Try and grind those up and get used to those, because these are not going to be used nearly as much. And then finally, our 800 credit weapon. Odds are you're only going to be using this weapon if you're like, 4 minutes left in the match and you have a ton of credits. You're probably not going to be using it much less than only if you're an evac, basically. The main purpose of this weapon is pretty much to be an evac and spray grenades everywhere and just kill everyone. I've died so many times to this gun, no matter how quick my movement is, no matter how good I am, just people spraying this gun into evac and getting caught in the grenades. It is absolutely insane. So, some of the mods we're going to put on it: rapid launcher, you're able to get off way more nades per second. And then also these long fuse grenades are going to increase the damage by a lot. And like I said, using this weapon just while you're in evac, find a corridor that people could be in, spray a clip out into it, and it will do a ton of damage. After you do a ton of damage to them with that, you can switch out to your PDW and spray them down to finish them off and get those points for just getting those kills. Super easy stuff. Now, another very important part is these abilities. You have 4 ability slots and you want to try and use them all, even though you can only purchase 2 of them. And I'm going to be going over the good and bad side to each of these abilities. So, first off, Directional Warp. Directional Warp is going to be very, very good for new players because you're able to get out of fights or get to fights a little bit faster to help your team. Personally, I still use this just because of how useful it is, especially using this boxer warsuit that I've recommended, because you're able to just go in to a fight and then get out super quickly if you do start losing. So say you run into a fight, take a lot of damage, and you're about to die, you can just aim away, use your directional warp, and you instantly teleport right out of that fight, and you can keep running away from your enemy. It's very good, especially when using that boxer warsuit, like I said, just because of how far you can get in such a short amount of time. So this is one that I would put in your loadout, and I would 100% recommend buying this as often as possible. Now, another slot that we are going to be filling is with this Health Boost Mark II. This is going to give you an initial health boost of 150, and then it's going to take your time for your HP regen down to 1 second. So, after you use this, in 1 second, your health is going to start going back up. So, like I said, using this Boxer Warsuit, another very good mod. And honestly, you do have 2 options here depending on how you want to play, so I'm going to explain those real quick. The Health Boost Mark II is going to be better if you want to just pop it real quick, get your health up, and then go back into the fight. Whereas the Adrenaline Shot is going to be better if you want to pop it real quick and run away as quickly as possible if you're in, say, like a 2v1 situation or something like that. So both are good options. You just gotta kind of decide which one you think you will be using more. Personally, I end up staying for the fights a lot more and kind of risking my life there. But if you are trying to play safe and play for the win, this Adrenaline Shot could be worth it. Now, our third mod, the Heavy Turret, our third ability actually, is the Heavy Turret, and this is going to be a great turret just to get some extra damage onto your enemies, as well as it helps a lot when taking out Belta sites, especially if you're a new player. You might not know the spawns and exactly how to take out these mobs as fast as possible, so having this Heavy Turret really does help just do as much damage as possible to these enemies and to these PvE monsters if you do need a little bit of extra help with that. Finally, this grenade right here, Shot Grenade Mark II, another really great option, especially with all the mob spawns right now. You toss one of these, as soon as it contacts with an enemy, it explodes, or you can roll it on the ground and it will explode later. This thing does a ton of damage, can instantly take out entire groups of mobs, and if you land right on top of someone, it can take out their entire shield and a little bit of their health if you hit them directly with it. We see it does 300 damage, and if we go look at, say, the quick suit only has 400 shield, 400 health. So if you toss one of these on them and start spraying, you are already at such a huge advantage. So definitely a good one to use. Might require a little more skill and a little more practice in order to actually be hitting those correctly, but definitely could be worth. This is going to be the best beginner loadout to use. If you made it this far, comment down below your favorite food. I want to see who watched this far into the video, and we might have a little surprise for you. Thank you guys so much for watching this. Like I said at the start of the video, if this did help you, even in the slightest, leave a like and leave a comment down below. I'm going to reply to every single one of them, so might as well go and say something down below. Let me know what you think of these. If you have any more video ideas, go let me know, because I will make them. I'm trying to help everyone out as much as possible with this game. And if you buy anything in the shop, if you buy some Aurum, be sure to use code Modix at checkout so that you can help support your favorite Cycle creator. Guys, I'm so happy that you made it this far in this video. I appreciate you all so much. I will see you in the next video. Peace.